Hello, I'm here to show you how to do the post-installation steps and configuration of SoClo Inventory. After installing the package for admins, you need to go to Apps, Packaging, Installed Package. You will see SoClo Inventory. You need to hit Manage Licenses and then add the licenses to the users that you need. You hit add users, you just check on that user and you add them. The next thing you need to do is if you have activated a group of users, you're going to want to go to the permission set area. And the permission sets for SoClo Inventory there are two permission sets. There's an admin permission set and a user permission set. The reason for that is an admin is really the one who's going to be manipulating the inventory the most. The user is just using it. So if you had salespeople, they would have a user permission set. So you go to that particular permission set and go to each one, hit manage assignments, and you click on each person that you need to add assignments for. There are some other permissions that need to be granted that are noted in the inventory application installation steps, and that is that you also have to grant create, edit, and read permission for the product's standard object to your user's profile. You also need to grant access to the opportunity field of the order object if you are using the order object in Salesforce. The next thing that we have to do is we need to create a couple of public groups. We need public groups and queues for being able to do the inventory notifications and the maintenance notifications. Maintenance notifications typically come from assets that have been indicated that there is a maintenance cycle on them. And the inventory notification group will be the ones that are managing your inventory and need to get notifications in Chatter when there is low inventory or when certain transactions take place. As you can see here, we've already added these two groups. And so you will have to make sure that these groups exist. There are also two queues that have to be added, which is also indicated in the instructions, and that is for the same reason. There's an inventory notification queue and a maintenance notification queue, and this allows tasks to be created and put in queues so that people can see that action needs to take place. Another important piece is to go through the objects that are modified by the inventory app, and those would be account, asset, location, opportunity, opportunity product, product, and order if you're using orders. So you would have to go into each one of those objects and make sure, because it won't happen by itself, is in your page layout assignment, make sure that you're using the SoClo account layout or you won't see the necessary fields that you need to see. Next, in the product object, you have to do the same thing, but you also need to add the compact layout. So you have your regular page layout that needs to be set to the SoClo product layout, but you also need to set the compact layout to the SoClo product layout as primary. The next piece is to go to the price book object. The price book entry object is a join object between the price book and a product. And it's really helpful if you can modify the search layouts for this to add to the default layout some of the fields from the inventory object that we're tracking, like quantity. The next thing that is very important is it's time to now go, since we have permissions, is to go to the SoClo Inventory app. I want to show you a few tabs in this app that will be helpful. The Home tab is a dashboard with a good number of different components to view products, inventory by location, and to see any kind of low inventory reports. Obviously, there's no data in here currently, so you can't see these. It'll also show product hierarchies, location hierarchies, any inventory transfers, and fulfillment orders. So this is a good one-stop location to see what's going on. Um, there's the SoClo Shortcuts tab, and this is a nice area to go to when there's a particular function that you want to create, or you want to see all the fulfillment orders, you want to see return orders, you want to add inventory, uh, see the inventory transfers, etc. There is a SoClo Quick Setup tab, which we are still adding things to, but this is a good place to go to add your queues and any custom notifications. We're going to go to the Locations tab right now because a very important part of this setup is to create your inventory locations. And there are some required ones. By default, I'm going to create a warehouse, a demo warehouse. And this is in the Eastern time zone. I'm not going to set the time zone for right now, but I want to choose a location type. Now, location is a Salesforce standard object. And as part of your configuration here, you're going to want to add some location types that make sense to you. Uh, One of the things, I'm using this as a demo warehouse, so I'm going to call it warehouse, and there's other information that you can put here with regards to that location. One of the other things that you need to do is to make sure that you have a location called WIP, which means work in progress. This is important from an accounting perspective when you're doing the fulfillment of an order or sale, so to speak. Uh, Sometimes that needs to be moved into work in progress because it is committed to a customer. And whether it's a make or buy situation, you want to move it into WIP, which is like a virtual place, to make sure that the inventory that can be sold is showing up appropriately in the warehouse. And if this is moved to WIP, then it won't be available for someone else to sell. And I'm just going to call the WIP location a site. And there is background flows and everything that use this location. So it is important that you create that. So now we have at least two locations. You can also have locations for vans if you have field personnel and you want to take inventory from your warehouse and move it into their van so that you know what they have in their stock. So now that we've created our locations, let's move on to the next item. Now it's time to look at products, which is one of the most important things. If we look at our products, currently we do not have any. So I am going to add a new product. This is going to be a buy situation. This is going to be an inventory. I'm going to default the sale price to $15. I'm going to say that I purchased it for 5. I'm going to say initially that I have 100. I'm going to make it active, and I'm going to just call this a product. You can see the other choices are if you're creating product bundles or components, but this is just going to be a straight product. The minimum reorder quantity is 10. Uh, we're just going to default to each for the quantity, but you can add pick list values to this quantity unit of measure if you are measuring things by feet or some other packaging. Maintenance schedule in weeks, I'm just going to use 26 weeks. Maintenance notification in 22 weeks. The lifespan of this is 104 weeks, and the lifespan notification will be 100. You can also add other information here, like shipment requirement. Maybe it has to be hand carried. You can put a product description and an extended description. So I'm going to save this product, and we are going to want to add a price of $15. Save that as you would with any product that you have. So now you have added some of the information that is needed when you start using this product to create your inventory items. So the next thing that you're going to do for all of your products is create inventory items. And it's probably easiest to do this for any customer or anyone that is using this product to export all of your products uh, and use the items in the SoClo inventory as a template and export your products and price book entries, etc. And I'm just going to say we only have one product. I'm not going to make this a serialized inventory item. I could add a vendor, an alternate vendor to this. I could address a product bundle. There might be a PO number with this. There might be a shortage of information. You're not going to be adding this, but when you are reflecting inventory items from an accounting perspective, you can't show that you're missing items. When you're accounting, it's all about what is actually in your inventory. But let's say you try to do a fulfillment order and you want to capture the fact that you need to add this product to this fulfillment order, but you don't have it, it will create a shortage so that you can maintain that those things need to be ordered. I'm going to say that this is in the demo warehouse. You can create sublocations. Um, the actual cost for this was $4.85 as opposed to what our average cost was of that $5 I specified before. I'm going to say that I do have 100 of these right now. And if you're working in the public sector, you might have to add a grant number to this to indicate that these items came from a grant. I'm going to save that. And now we have inventory. So let's go to the product quantity record. If you hit under the More tab, you'll see product quantity. The reason that you may want to create some of these is if you do want those notifications and you want to create these, you can see this one was already created for the demo warehouse. And we want to update what that minimum required quantity is because these will give you notifications um, based on what location they're in. So let's say in the demo warehouse, the available quantity trigger is 100. The minimum required quantity is 10. So I want to be able to get some notifications in this warehouse in particular. And you can see that is what it looks like. And that is the end of the important configuration items. We'll be creating another inventory demonstration about how to use this product. Thank you so much for attending, and please contact us at info@soclo-inventory.com. Thank you so much.